Hello, adventurers. My name is Maximus, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. I almost said dungeon meister for some reason, and I don't know
Can I
why.
call you the Dungeon Meister?
The dungeon
Been that
meister.
forever now. That's I'm
Hey,
gonna refer to you as.
It just was like one of those thoughts. It's like you're gonna not say this, right? Uh, I'd like to welcome you all to the 54th episode of Campaign 2 of Castles and Cantrips. For some of your favorite streamers, Dungeons and Dragons live on Friday nights. I'm joined by our amazing cast of Mac and Cheese, please. Virtual Spectre and Moops Like Jagger from the GGN crew.
Hello.
Hello.
Here.
We are
nerds.
all here,
Most
but
of
not
them.
all of us.
The other two
Bun-
are gone.
Yeah, Bun's not feeling
Forever.
well, so send her some well wishes. And Nina is at PAX Australia meeting celebrities.
She is.
Really?
He is a celebrity, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
Facts.
These are facts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. But anyway, I don't know. It's like, so that's pretty cool. That's my new segue now.
You're like, cool.
That's pretty cool. My mind is everywhere at the moment.
They're there.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Anyway.
Like, cool story, bro.
I didn't mean for it to sound that way.
No, it did
Nah.
not sound like that at all. I should say.
I don't have like resting jerk face. I don't know.
Was it RBF? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Real big fish.
Real big fish. Anyway, hopefully you all are having a fantastical Friday or whatever day it is, if where you are or where you were when you were listening to this after the fact. As always, if you did not know, we're on YouTube right now. And you can watch us there, or you can watch us later. Watch all of our VOD content, some of which can only be watched over there, like our Out of Combat episodes, which go behind the scenes and tell you all the secrets of the campaign. All of it's revealed. But no, seriously, you can hear some fun facts and things about what the players might have thought when things happen. Some things you might not get from, things you might not normally get from just watching the show. It's a whole experience. Whole experience. You can also get that in our podcast format everywhere that podcasts are sold, but we sell ours for free. And last time I looked, we were just like two listens away from 4,700 listens. So thank you all for listening to us if you do already. And if you don't, why not? But I guess if you don't listen to us, then I don't know if you'll hear this. But maybe someone will tell you about it. Maybe if we yell loud enough, why aren't you listening?
No,
Hold
here
on,
we
hold
go.
on.
If you're currently listening, tell 2 people about us today, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're
Hold
currently
on.
listening, tell 2 people.
Hey Alexa, play Casters and Cantrips on Spotify.
Don't do that. I can't believe you did that.
Hey, Google.
No.
We're getting those 2 listens.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
God. That's a great way for people to hate you. Oh my God.
Love it.
We won't do that again. I promise. Can't have that.
No promises. That's the kind of chaotic energy I live for.
I cannot deny that.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm a little shit. So
I can't control the stream anymore, everyone. This is it. I've lost control.
your players are out of control. No.
Anything's possible. Oh my God. But yeah, anyway, if you are also not familiar, we have a Monday night show led by our wonderful moobs in VS called Tome of Knowledge, where they're currently talking about all the new D&D stuff. I think, what did you all talk about last week? Barbarism?
We discussed. Yeah, we did talk about the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
And damn, what a glow up! Barbarians are freaking sick now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Very exciting.
I think we did Warlock too. We talked about Warlock.
Yeah, we did.
Oh
We did.
yeah. Warlock
That
as well was last week, I think.
I was gonna say I remember seeing like a Twitter image of you looking emo.
Ah,
Right. If you're talking about warlocks, I'm gonna go full edgelord. You know, just got
Yeah, I like it.
had the
I love an
guyliner
edgelord.
on. It was
oh
beautiful.
yeah.
My eyes were stinging at the end of the night, though. I guess
Listen,
I put it on wrong.
listen. Yeah, last one was warlock. I commend you for doing that. Anytime that I've had to wear eyeliner, like for costume on the stream and stuff, I just make Bun do it, and then I cry like a little baby when it goes in the little bottom part. I can't handle that.
Pickles.
No, it doesn't tickle. It makes me just hate everything.
Oh,
I think,
I
yeah,
you're getting into character.
DB made he photoshopped my emo head on 30 Seconds to Mars. It was pretty good.
Oh, I did. I saw that. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
I told Bun to ask you if your heart was in Ohio, and I heard that you didn't get that reference, so it made me sad.
I didn't.
What?
Thank you, Mac. Thank you.
Any person who doesn't know Hawthorne Heights isn't a friend of mine. I'm sorry.
I know Hawthorne Heights. I didn't listen to Hawthorne Heights.
Okay. But you did
Sorry.
say you made up for it by saying that you listened to the used, which that's
Okay,
good.
valid.
Yeah, that was,
Very
that's-
good.
that was my exact reaction back. I was
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
okay,
okay.
redeemed. Like, if you're down with the used, okay.
I love the used, and yeah, Take It Back Sunday.
Okay, that's another
NCR.
fantastic one.
Yeah, Take You Back Sunday is one of my favorite bands, like top 3.
Mm-hmm. They are great. And occasionally I do find myself in emo phases where I'll go back, turn back the clock a couple decades.
It's left you? What?
What's
Can't
that?
relate. I said phase.
Oh yeah.
I never left.
Yeah.
I'm a big Dayseeker fan too. I like Dayseeker. They're really good.
Do you guys remember Fun? The group?
I was
I'm
gonna
an
say
adult, I
I
don't have
used to
fun
VS,
anymore.
but I'm
It's like,
just...
what's this? Depression? No.
Oh man. Speaking of emo, I'm gonna be real emo if you don't check out our Discord and show us or talk to us about your favorite bands, because we have a very hoppin' music section on there.
I do
of
discover a
great-
lot of new music thanks to that channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I'm
It's
usually
e-
in my ska bubble, so it really helps me explore.
It's usually a lot of like metal or modern metal or like pop. Like there's nothing in between. But also, as always, you could also check out our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Cantrips and Cantrips, where you can get early access to all the things that we were talking about. Podcast formats, all those sorts of things. Also, I didn't mention that our Discord is discord.gg/casters and cantrips as well. You can have a little look-see over there. But with that, I think we should just go right ahead and get started with tonight's episode of Casters and Cantrips. Our story left off with our adventurers regrouped to the Drunken Mermaid in Black-Rind Cove to assess their progress in aiding Captain Blackbeak's bid for power within the Captain's Congress. Oh. I totally just started reading last week's. Let me start that over, everybody. Hold on, mulligan. Everybody gets one.
All right, reroll. We're rerolling.
Very upset. I made the window too small, so couldn't see the episode number at the top. Okay, redo, everybody. Our story begins tonight with our adventurers had just completed embarking on a daring mission to sabotage Captain Haldrick's formidable ship, the Steam Breather. Disguised by invisibility spells, they stealthily approached the massive vessel under the cover of darkness. Their initial plan was to pry open a gun port to gain undetected entry, but the attempt failed, causing a noise that alerted the crew to possible intruders. Adapting quickly, the team decided to climb onto the deck of the ship, and when they were aboard, they split up to explore different areas. Emmy transformed into a rat to infiltrate the lower decks in search of the powder room, while the others kept watch and looked for ways to create distractions. The ship was more active than anticipated, with crew members moving about, which heightened the risk of their discovery. As the situation grew tense, Azric initiated a distraction by setting fire to barrels of rum and food on the mid-deck. The sudden blaze caused chaos among the crew, who scrambled to extinguish the flames. And seizing this opportunity, Emmy summoned magma mephits in the lower decks, and these fiery creatures began igniting the gunpowder stores and exploding into lava, burning through the hull of the ship, causing it to list dangerously and sink. Realizing their window was closing, the party made their escape. Hayden used a beat of force on some of the guards on the deck to keep them from pursuing. And Cooter maintained her disguise as a dwarven crew member to create further confusion among the crew before diving overboard. The team regrouped in their dinghy and watched as the steam breathers succumbed to the fires and began to sink in the harbor. With their mission successful, the adventurers dealt a significant blow to Captain Haldrick and advanced their overarching goal of aiding Captain Blackbeak. And that is where we'll begin our episode this evening. You are still in your dinghy, rowing back to the cove, watching the ship burn behind you.
That went better than expected.
This should be sufficient, no?
We're all okay, right? No one's hurt.
I love how the fire flickers and highlights your hair, Taj. Rather beautiful.
Okay.
And I just like flick my hair and let it take, like the wind take it. And I just like look at the bow, you know, just kind of like, I know.
I mean, I love how the flame lights your eyes, Hayden. Yes.
Thanks. So we needed to try and get back without attracting suspicion, right? Someone sees a lone dinghy rowing away from a fireball in the water, so how do we do that?
Are you suggesting we submerge ourselves underwater and swim? I think we should be fine. There's plenty of dinghies and boats all around.
Are we still invisible?
Yeah, it has not been an hour yet. It's probably getting there, to be honest, because they did some sleuthing around that ship for a bit. But like Azric was saying, that this harbor is full of ships, and any amount of distance away is going to put, you know, several vessels in between you and the steam breather.
I don't think I'm invisible anymore. I threw the
bead.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I bubbled people.
Yeah, I was debating whether that counted as an attack or not. I think it would, because it could cause damage. But yeah, so you're the person.
There.
Yeah, you're the person rowing the dinghy. You're the only visible person in this boat currently.
Wait, so was Azric BSing when he said he saw Taj's hair in the moonlight or whatever?
He felt it in his heart.
He felt it in his heart. Gotcha.
I'm romantic, God. Let me have this.
It'd be funny if you guys were looking the opposite way as you said that.
But actually.
Yeah.
Oh, job's done. We have one left to do. That I believe that one's up for discussion.
Do we want to do this one, or do we feel like it is not necessary?
I think that's rather up to you, Taj. I think the plan was for you to impersonate her, but then we would have to distract Captain Mira.
We can do that. I can impersonate her, or we could all pretend to be people on her ship. No, and talk poorly of her in a bar. And then something else. I don't know. I think if we are going to ruin her reputation, that it might possibly need more than one event.
Yeah, what exactly? So we were trying to forge something incriminating, yeah?
She
Yeah.
just needs to be discredited. That is all.
Yeah, I think we need like tangible evidence to really discredit her.
What would be more discrediting, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, we've already been spreading rumors that she's been working with the uh, the Order of the Conservancy to kill Captain Orion, but so we need something more concrete.
Do we still have little bits of that flag?
We do, yes.
Maybe I can be one of the crewmates and say that I found it in her bedchambers?
Yes. Maybe.
Or I can write a letter from the Conservancy thanking
I
her for her service?
I think both are ideal.
I have seen the emblem, so I know what it looks like.
Yeah, we can do that.
But there are other things that people might not like to hear. We could do those two things and some others.
Well, she's very well liked around here. She's known as I guess in pirate standards, very honorable.
So this is not an easy task.
No.
But would be the perfect cover for someone who is dealing with the enemy, someone who's well liked and trusted. So,
Be least suspected of doing such a heinous crime.
True.
this one's going to take a bit of thinking.
How many days do we have left, Max?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It is the 19th of Septima. It is a Thorns Day. Very soon it'll be Fire's Day. And the 22nd is when the vote will happen. To put some context here, you essentially have 2 full days and then some of the 22nd to kind of get whatever you're doing to come together. Captain Amira is well liked and was believed to be the front runner of the vote for the Captain's Congress. Captain Haldrick was also running, but maybe more difficult now. And you've also done quite a bit behind the scenes to gain favor for Blackbeak, people to vote for her. And if you'll remember the guidance that Blackbeak gave you, she doesn't care how many of these tasks that you do. All that matters to her is that she wins the vote. So you've completed 4 out of 5 at this point. It is up to you all.
Yeah, it's your call, Taj. We have about 2 days or a little bit more. It's we've done 4 out of the 5, so I think we should be in the clear, even though she is the front runner.
Well, then how I see it is if we try our best and it does not pan out, then we have at least done 4. So
All right.
if we could
Alright, then.
secure 5, then yes. But if not, then it is no big deal, no?
No, let's give it a shot. Guess we'll need to scout out some of her crewmates on the ship, so you can disguise yourself as one of them.
We have already done that, no? When we went on the ship and caused some chaos. There is
yes,
that weird wizard person and several other crewmates. I can make you guys look like the crewmates and I can be the wizard. It is up to you.
I believe it was Marlin was the halfling Deck wizard, yes. We'll have to distract him and make sure he's not wherever you're going to be.
They had a tortle like Kuda, right?
They did, yes.
Yeah. So we know of at least 2 of them.
You were able to observe, there was a very elderly turtle gentleman that was called Fish. There was a halfling deck wizard known as Marlin. And you also
How did he sound again?
Marlin! And there was a half-orc gentleman on board as well. I didn't catch their name.
When you discredit her, should we just report it to the officials? Is that how we should do it?
We could report it to the officials, or we could talk about it in a bar openly, loud, so that others can hear. And be like, you cannot believe. And show the proof. We can start working on the document.
Yeah, excellent.
We already have the flag, so we could be pretending or for real drunk and just talking too loud.
Well, it's probably best if we not get too drunk.
We could just pretend, or if you want to have some fun.
Right. Yeah. I think it's best if well, you'll be Marlin. I'll disguise myself as, it doesn't matter, anyone.
Did we notice if her crew had like a certain uniform or like colors or something, or was it just like generic clothes?
Not particularly. Uniforms and of the sort aren't typical like the pirate style. Most of what they'll wear is what they find or what they plunder from other people's ships that they steal from. Like that's a nice jacket, shame if you lost it kind of thing.
Oh, we'll need some kind of cowl, wizard cape to make sure you look the part. Marlin was very flamboyant in his personality.
Okay. I can see what I have in my treasure trove of outfits. I have a bunch of costumes, so I'm sure I have something of the sort.
All right, we'll get back to ship, and Taj will do the forgery, and yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So you make it back over to the Drunken Mermaid, the local tavern. And as usual, it is just absolutely hopping. Because every single pirate known to pirates here is in port. So you can make it back there, call it a night to plan. I think that's what you were suggesting. Just so I understand what the plan is, you all are going to impersonate some of their crew and spread some rumors.
Yeah, so the idea is to have like a forged document from the Conservancy, like thanking her for her cooperation and like giving them information, or whatever. Like essentially saying that, like, thank you for working with us. And then like we'll have bits of the flag as well, and then go to the tavern and pretend be drunk and be like, you won't believe what I found in her bed, blah blah blah, etc.
Alrighty. So you all can gain the benefit of a long rest. It's now the 20th of September. Fire's Day. Fitting. Based on what happened in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And you all woken up. Similar feel for the Drunken Mermaid. There's a couple stragglers, a couple people there early. Get some hair of the dog. Most people that just refuse to leave. Or poor Silas is having to kick people out. So he has at least some time to clean up. So the cove is your oyster. Whatever you all would like to do.
Can we hear, like, just in passing, are people like, I'm assuming everybody's like buzzing about the fact like that ship burned up in the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any, can we hear like some of people's conspiracies, like who they think, are they talking with each other about who might have done it, or?
Yeah, so you can head outside from the Drunken Mermaid and you see just a very large amount of people just sort of standing on the docks there, because that tavern inn is basically one of the first things you come to on the island. And you can see that there's just a large crowd of people like whispering amongst themselves, talking, just kind of looking out, where you see just a very large open space where there are ships around, but there's a very large, almost like a parking spot that's empty now.
How many people are in the tavern at this moment?
In the tavern, maybe 10. It's the stragglers and the early birds. Most everyone's outside in the dock looking at the scene.
Okay.
And it's morning.
Yes.
How does
Very
the
morning.
ship fare after? Because we haven't seen like the results of the full chaos. Like, is the ship kind of pretty much out of action or sunken?
Yeah, so when you look out, and if you'll remember correctly, one of the Mephits was killed in action, which when they die, they explode into lava. And I don't know about you, I don't know how many ships can survive with lava in their hull. So it basically burned a hole all through, and that ship just immediately started sinking and probably took some of the night to sink. But what you see now are just flotsam in the harbor, wreckage of sorts, maybe a couple of debris still on fire or smoldering there, but there's not a ship anymore.
I'm gonna try to see what the people are thinking. I'm like, wow, what happened here?
Yeah, so you kind of gather and you kind of push through the crowd, and what you thought were people sort of staring out to see what happened and like watch the boat sink. The boat's already sunk. And you see everyone's kind of gathered around Captain Haldrick, who is just on his knees looking out at the empty spot where his ship was supposed to be. And he's just on his knees and just hitting the dock just over and over and over. No one's really saying anything to him. No one's trying to currently like console him. They're just giving him some space.
I'm gonna slowly walk away.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stir that bee's nest.
Yeah, but everyone's rumors, whispering what happened, no idea. Someone heard there was a fire. Just kind of rumors spreading, but nothing definitive.
All right. All right, Taj, Hayden, crew. Let's shadow Marlin. That makes sure wherever you're going to be, there's no. This doesn't have like an alibi, right? So to keep him somewhere secluded.
I think we will be fine, no?
First have to find him. Don't know if he's still on this ship or out wandering the town.
Well, are we going to do this tonight? We're speaking loudly in the tavern.
Is my letter done, or is that something that takes time?
Yeah, you'd have to like formulate that and take some time to do that, because I imagine you all went home went to the tower, to your inn, went to your room and got some sleep before to get a long rest. But yeah, you could work on that letter. It's not going to be as simple as the one that you produced before, because you've seen some conservancy members, you've seen maybe an emblem, but nothing like this sort of correspondence.
We still got time. Taj needs time to work, so. What do we do in the meantime?
Well, we can disguise ourselves and continue to spread rumors, or we can shadow Marlin and some of his mates.
Might not be a bad idea to do both. We can go back to the ship. I can dress you guys up a little bit, and then kind of stalk the mates. Come back and change your appearance, and then we do it at night. And then while you guys are doing that, I can write the letter, make sure it is all good.
All right, very good.
Sounds like a plan.
We're gonna get all dressed up in disguise. I'm gonna use my disguise self to change my appearance.
Okay. What are you gonna look like?
I'm gonna look like your typical sea salt. Maybe some missing a couple teeth. Got a little crooked nose from too many bar fights, and some weathered skin.
Okay. What color are his eyes?
Green.
Okay. All right. And Taj, what are you gonna dress Hayden up as?
I will kind of like touch up his hair a little bit, like change the style. If he like normally wears it like kind of shaggy in front, I'll like kind of slick it back a little bit more, like make it look kind of greasy with like maybe like a bandana of sorts, and like give him like a fake beard if he's like normally clean shaven, you know, and then give him some like dirtier clothes.
Gotcha. So roll a d20 plus your proficiency, and I'll say plus intelligence on this one. So d20 plus 6.
For me?
Yeah. See how well you disguise Mr. Hayden.
I rolled a nat 20, so 26.
Hayden, do you look like it's a moment where Azric sort of has his perfect disguise self spell to look sort of salt of the sea, you know, if he was in the credits of this movie, it would be Sailor 3 probably, or Pirate 3.
Okay.
And you come out of where Taj was giving you your I guess I want to say a glow down. And you come out looking like Pirates number 2.
Okay.
Looks just every bit as good as the magic that Azric used. Just took a little more time. But you both are unrecognizable to anyone who would even know you, unless some close scrutiny can only prove otherwise.
This might be some of your best work yet.
I try my best.
I suppose we should have new names to go with our new appearances.
What do you feel like?
Charles.
Okay, Charles it is.
Charles Graves.
And for you, my love?
Gunther.
Gunther and Graves. Nice.
I like it. Now go on and be your little spy selves, I suppose. I will be here to write a letter.
I feel like we're two sailors walking in front of an explosion without looking back. It's rather awesome. Gunther and Graves. Boom, boom.
Rather on the nose, given you know.
Oh, right. Well.
But I'll take it. Shall we?
All right. Let's go shadow some pirates.
My suggestion was going to be Beesrick, so
Bees.
alrighty.
Tinker.
So Taj, I'll give you a little bit of time to think of what, if you want anything specific in the contents of the letter, like what you might want it to say, and then we can do a roll here in a little bit, because it'll probably take you the time, about the same time it took to make up Hayden. So like not all day or anything,
Yeah.
but it'll probably take up half your day for these 2 tasks and such. So you can think up anything special you want to say in the letter for the moment, while your 2 daring adventurers, Gunther and Graves, look for the crew of Captain Mira's ship. And you all know that Captain Mira's ship is known as the Sea's Vengeance. So currently it's still morning. You all can give me an investigation roll to try and find these people.
All right. My +1 right here. Nat 1, 2.
Fantastic.
I got a 13.
13. Alrighty. So as you all are sort of wandering around trying to find some members of the crew, you hit the usual spot. You look at maybe the blacksmith, maybe they needed some extra tools or things for their ship. You look over at the port to see if they're trying to defense any stolen goods. Not there. You stop by Reginald Graves to see if they're perhaps inquiring about ship repairs or any modifications or upgrades. You stop by Accoutrements Arcane, which is run by Zara, Taj's friend, to see maybe if Marlon was looking for some, a magical pick-me-up. But after some time, you're not finding them as quickly as you had hoped. They weren't in the Drunken Mermaid when you left, so really the only 2 places that you could currently think of are either going to be Rover's Rummage, which is sort of the general store, which Hayden is familiar with, or the Quicksilver's Emporium, which is sort of a tinctures and alchemy shop. So you've exhausted all options except for those as you sort of hit dead ends. And this is probably after a good 2-3 hours of searching. You've hit the part where you're in the theme park where your feet are starting to hurt and it's not fun anymore.
Maybe the alchemist shop?
At this point, it's worth a try. Maybe this guy never leaves the ship.
Yep. So you make your way through town to find this alchemy shop, Quicksilver's Emporium. And it's a small, modest shop. Like everything here, the buildings are pseudo-permanent. Not a whole lot of raw materials on a small island, but it does the job. But when you come inside, they've basically done the most of it, of decorating. There are various sort of herbs and plant life sort of hanging from the ceiling here. There are shelves with different tinctures, potions, that sort of thing. And you see a tiefling with a midnight blue skin, which sort of goes into a sleek black tail, almost like an ombre color, with glowing red eyes, wearing a very intricate dark colored robe with various symbols stitched upon it, waiting behind the counter, sort of taking some inventory.
No sign of our guy we're tracking though.
No, the shop is pretty empty, and they sort of look up above the bottle that they were inspecting. Hello, is there something that I could help you with here? Welcome to my emporium.
Don't be shy, Gunther.
All right. Don't be hasty.
He's got a thing on his arse he needs.
No, I've already done
Oh, not that one.
Listen, Graves. My personal business is not for the newsletters, all right?
Oh, it's for the medicine man here. You do medicines.
And he just kind of takes a deep breath. I do. One of my talents, yes. Is there something in particular that I can...
Hey, what I tell you, you old bastard?
I've been trouble sleeping at night. I need something real strong. Not even rum will get me to sleep.
I suppose the question is, how long do you want to sleep?
I don't know.
Eternity.
12. Oh, that's soon enough. Right, soon enough. Maybe at least 10 hours.
When you have coin?
What do you take me for? Of course I've got coin.
Right. And they sort of go into one of the shelves and begin looking, to find a small tincture with a dark purple colored liquid, and they sort of shake it, and you see little flecks sort of going up and down the tincture. Now, it is very important that you do not drink this all at once. For only 10 hours, maybe a sip.
What happens if I drink all of it?
Well, we may see you in a week, a month, if at all.
That's some strong stuff you got there.
It is. I am quite talented.
Well, how much?
Well, for something such as this, it's going to fetch a high price.
Well, how high are we talking?
For you, I would sell this to you for 25 gold.
25 gold. Do you have anything maybe less potent?
Perhaps you can go back to the mermaid and drink your way to sleep.
Oh, I've already tried that, mate. All right, what if we did like a combo deal? My friend back here got a little trouble, with the stamina. Trying to get, you know what I mean?
The hell you on about?
Oh, nothing, Graves. Don't worry about it.
Ah, you bastard. Don't
I'm
listen
sorry.
to him. Whatever he tells you is a lie.
I do not know what you mean. Please speak plainly for me.
But, it's keeping up with the energy. Yeah, stay strong.
Let's see. And he goes behind the counter and roots around, and gets sort of a small wooden box and puts it on the counter.
Boy, what's that?
And he sort of opens it and you see like a bright green powder. No.
No, I'm used to doing things up my nose. Is that how we ingest it?
So, with something like this, you would, in order to perhaps wake up and not be so lethargic, you could just take a quick sniff of this. But if you really wanted to sort of up the energy, as your friend is saying, you could ingest, inhale.
Well, because you make it into like a potion.
No.
All right. Well, how much for just a dash?
I understand that you are not well versed in my craft, but if it was as simple as making it into a potion, perhaps I would have made it into a potion, right? The medium and the delivery is just as important as what it does. So please do not insult me and just imagine I can wave a magic wand and turn it into a potion. This is an art.
Hold on to your britches. I meant no offense. I'm just curious how how to take it. Right, only proper to ask questions before consuming something.
No. For both 40 gold. If that's too rich for you, then so be it.
Oh, you hear that, Graves? We'll keep you nice and strong like a bull.
You mean stronger? Stronger than I already am.
They've been talking about you behind your back, say.
Ooh.
I'm just looking out for you. Don't worry about it. I'm no snitch.
No snitch, eh? Hey,
All right. It was Niles. All right, it's Niles.
Niles,
Yeah.
fucking half my age, green as a leaf. Kick his ass.
Actually, let me see. Let me check my pockets while we're here.
Say, shopkeep.
Tiberius.
You ever seen that? There is
Tiberius.
Tiberius,
Quicksilver.
right? What? Tiberius Quicksilver. You ever seen, there's this little lad, self-important type, fancy clothes, shouts at the top of his lungs, like he runs the place. Some
Cloak
magic
with
man.
stars on it.
Yes.
Marlin.
You seen him around lately?
One of my best customers. Also annoying to no end. More annoying than both of you, honestly.
Well,
Ain't
that's
that the
cool,
truth?
isn't it?
Yeah. All right. You're supposed to make something for us both. But he cut and ran at the last moment, so
Hmm.
we figured he might be here or one of the other shops. I don't know.
For your sake, I hope that you did not pay him up front.
Oh. Now we're a little bit smarter than you give us credit for.
And for most of
Only
the time,
a little bit.
If he is going to make something for you, he will charge a premium and then come to me and buy it off of my shelf.
Seemed like the type.
No. When you find him, please do not do anything drastic, as he does buy quite a bit of my stock. However, from what I overheard in his incessant rambling, is that he was going to meet fish somewhere. You are aware of fish from the crew?
Oh, short little
The
sort of
cook.
fella. Yes, that's the one.
Something about new supplies. I'm not entirely certain.
Nah.
All right, Tiberius. I'll take the 2, but I'll also purchase 5 healing potions.
Common healing potions.
Greater.
I currently have 2 in stock.
All right. Well, I'll take 3 common and 2 the greater. Maybe get like a bundle discount, maybe. Try to persuade him.
One moment. Sure. He says to you, no, if you're getting 2 greater healing, 3 common healing potions, and these other tinctures, this will be 590 gold in total. Make your persuasion.
All right. Well, I may not look like it, but I've got them a coin. I could be a repeat customer with 19 persuasion.
Perhaps I give you 10% discount. First time customer. I know. We don't expect any more handouts from me.
All right, now we're talking.
530.
All right, you got a deal. And I put some plat on the table.
Big money spender. Yep, he takes it, and you can add 3 common healing potions, 2 potions of greater healing, a tincture of restful slumber, and green powder of energy.
All right. Some of these I'll have to make a custom item.
Yeah, just put it on your sheet, and I'll send you the info whenever you all choose to figure out what they are.
All right, Graves, let's head to the general store.
Right.
Thank you for your business, Tiberius.
It was a decent transaction. Good luck finding
good day.
Marlin.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Spending some of your hard-earned money.
Yeah, I noticed I was out of healing potions, so might as well stock up.
I feel like you all have been out of healing potions for a while. Every time you ask, do I have any healing potions? And I say, is it on your sheet?
Or were we just forgetting to add it?
That's a whole lot of on y'all.
It's a whole lot of not my problem.
I mean, yeah. I can barely keep track of what I need to. I can't keep track of what y'all have. Alrighty. So you all set out to go look for marlin and fish. Back to Taj. Do you have any idea what this letter is trying to say?
I want it to say something along the lines of like, thank you for the information that you've been providing with us over the last several months of X like pirate crew. Like it's been like very helpful in seizing the shipment or something like that. You know, like basically establishing that like she's been talking to them for months, giving them information, and they're using it to like seize things.
It's like a confidential informant of such.
Yeah. Or like, here's your payment or something. I don't know. Like, essentially, like, she's an informant, not to be trusted.
Very well. Are you going to be signing a name to this letter?
Do we know of any names? I don't remember, so that's why.
Let's see. You are familiar with 2 Conservancy members. The first being Captain Larissa Vale, who was on the ship that you all fought damn near to the death. Where you did a crew exchange for your lives. Poor Gear, poor Barry. And then you also know of Apostle Amelie Fairlight from the very beginning, who put y'all in jail before you fled Rosadong.
Who would be best to sign?
I mean,
does it matter? Like, we know they're like both still alive, right? I guess like they're not dead.
Yeah. Yep. You are, yeah. They're both still alive and are both members of the Conservancy. So, whichever one you want to pick.
Let's do Amelie Fairlight.
Gotcha.
Just because there isn't crew that know us or anything on their ship, so.
Very well. So I would like for you to make 2 rolls for me. This is both. It's going to be for forgery. It's just going to use different skills, but you're proficient, so it's okay. The first of which is a D20 plus 6, so proficiency and intelligence. And this is purely about the information that you're including, using what you know about the Conservancy, people that you may have met, that kind of stuff.
Does proficiency mean advantage?
No. So your proficiency is plus 3. And since you're proficient in forgery, that means you get to add that plus 3 when you make rolls to do stuff with it. So in the first roll, I'm basing it off of intelligence. Yeah, exactly. So you get to add a plus 6.
I see. Hold on, I'm not good at this kind of math. 14.
14, okay. And then second roll is going to be D20 plus 4. This is going to be using your dexterity to actually make it look like an official letter from the Conservancy to this person.
Also a 14.
Okay. Gotcha. So you've got it. You aren't 100% sure of like what something like this would look like. but you've got information, you've got some names here, and you know what official looking stuff looks like. So you've kind of taken your best guess at, okay, it probably wouldn't pass, you know, a conservancy person looking at it, but would it be enough for the people on this island?
Yeah, which we would assume haven't really seen a letter like this, and we're just going to a bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you look at it, not your best work, but maybe it's good enough. You'll find out. Alrighty, so back over to the two G's. You've made your way to the last place that you look, which it's always in the last place that you look, because if it wasn't, you hadn't found it yet. Over to Rover's Rummage. And you see that there's a few people in the shop sort of browsing around. And you clearly hear Marlin before you see him. As you're walking up to the building here, you hear just echoing throughout the streets, "Come on! They're just cooking supplies. How long could it take? It doesn't matter. I can make your food taste better with a wave of my hand. Just pick one." And if you go inside, you see Fish, the elderly turtle, who has a cast iron skillet in one hand and a wok in the other, trying to decide which thing to buy for cooking. And you see Rover, if you remember, is the gnome elderly gentleman who runs this shop, speaking with Fish. "Well, you see, this one is absolutely immaculate. It's cleaned like it's never been used." And then Fish is looking and says, "Well, I thought that they want to be used to be seasoned. Why would I want it brand new?" "Well, that's not what I meant." And they're just kind of going back and forth about the, you know, every time he brings up a problem about the wok, he directs them over to the cast iron skillet. And when he points out problems about the cast iron skillet, he turns back over to the wok. It's like a never-ending sales pitch almost.
There they are, Graves. We said
Yeah.
we would keep following them, but it looked like it might take some time.
Yeah, we may be here for a while. Let's just pretend like we're looking for stuff.
What if you recommend the skillet over the wok? Kind of speedy the process.
I'll give it a shot.
All right. Keep an eye on little Fred Marlin.
Graves will wander on over by Fish and kind of interject a little bit. I see you having a hard time picking the right one, eh?
Well, I certainly am. They both have their pros and cons. It's just totally different style of dish. How could I choose?
You got the right of it. Two completely different things. But my grandmother, she had a skillet just like this one. Years and years of use. Season that thing right, it'll last you forever.
Oh, all right. And sort of just looks. I would like you to make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
if you are trained in any sort of like cooking utensils, you could add a bonus to it, but I don't know if you are or
I
not.
don't think I am.
All right, just persuasion.
Okay. Damn it. 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
And he looks, well, I mean, that might be right, but typically you'd want to cook some sort of meat on this cast iron, and not a whole lot of meat when you're on the sea. But I could use the water. And they sort of like are talking themselves in and out of it. So you haven't persuaded them. Had you succeeded, it would have made them immediately choose one. But after probably another few minutes of hemming and hawing, they end up selecting the wok and purchasing that from Rover. And while you're watching Marlin, he's just impatiently waiting, like literally tapping his foot to be annoying.
Oh God, he's at it again. Every time he sees some cutlery or pot, he has got to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you addressing me?
Well, isn't that your mate? That's my mate. And we'll talk about pots.
I'm sorry. You must have me confused. Fish is the cook on our vessel. So we'll say Fish is here. And then what do you do on your ship?
Oh, me? I'm the bosun.
Ah. So you may be here. And your mate, what does your mate do?
Oh, well, he's the cook.
So he's also right here. Now, I'm Marlin, the deck wizard of the sea's vengeance, and I'm way the fuck up here, so don't speak to me again. Ta-ta!
Well, you little ones, real feisty. All right. Mean no disrespect, Master Deck Wizard.
That's more like it.
I do like a little bow. I'll be on my way.
Cute. Charming. You know, Fish. And he just sort of like puts his arm around like Fish's arm to like make Fish escort him away. I do enjoy being amongst riffraff every once in a while, but small doses, of course, very small doses. Oh, what fun. Ta-ta! And he sort of waves bye to you again, and they walk out of Rover's rummage.
Wow, what an absolute dick.
You know, I bet wherever he comes from, he was probably the bottom of his class.
A little power and goes straight to the head. We'll give it a minute, and then we'll follow them.
Hey, what do you call a magic school student with straight C's? Fucking wizard. All right. So you can follow, and you follow Marlin and Fish, and these sort of just sort of leading him through the town. And they go through a couple corners towards the edge of town, and you notice that there are like some. It's not like an inn. These are places that were probably built by someone and rented out, or they had built these themselves. You see that they're sort of like almost like row housing, with more permanent living conditions that some of the crew and captains of the more established ships had done for their crew members. So one, they wouldn't be constantly tempted if they were staying in the Drunken Mermaid to go and just get shit-faced every night, which probably still happens anyway. but 2, having an area where they know where they are, essentially, if they're needed, as the Drunken Mermaid can very easily be over capacity. As you all have seen, many crews just setting up tents and having like encampments on the island. So they've made their way to this sort of row housing, and Marlin taps Fish on the back. Thanks, old chum. 7 p.m. sharp. The Mermaid. I believe you owe me drinks. Ah? You owe me drinks, don't you? Well, I don't remember. Oh, of course you do. You just forgot again. 7 p.m. Buy me drinks. And he just opens the door and slams it behind him.
All right, I believe we have a date.
Yeah. You know, this might be, I don't know how I would roll for this, but is there a way, like, way he speaks or the way he carries himself, or maybe even a detail about his clothing, say anything about which of the islands he might be originally from?
A history roll.
History?
Yeah.
Oh. But I'm not great at that.
Nor am I.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a 9.
You're not entirely sure. Like, there's not a specific dialect or anything that you could pinpoint. But from what you gather, like, just maybe his attitude and way of speaking, maybe he comes from money, or he kind of has the look of a person who really never had to work a day in their life. Maybe it's because they had a rich family. Maybe it's because they were a wizard, you know, and had magical powers early on, because they're very well revered in this society. So maybe they've kind of lived off of, you know, that, like, I have arcane magic, so, you know, I can get away with a lot more because you need me, kind of thing.
I was hoping there'd be some sort of like patch or something about it. Something about him that would give him away. Dang it.
Sounds like an asshole.
Yeah.
It's about as far as you get. Alrighty,
Well,
what's next?
Should we see how Taj is getting on?
Aye, we should. Yes.
We've been gone for a few hours.
You know, let's pick up some sweets along the way. He's been working hard.
I'll buy that.
All right. We'll grab some sweets and head back to the Mermaid.
Gotcha.
Sweets on a pirate. I wonder what that's like.
It's
What's that like, Max?
what's that like? It's pretty much like any sort of like delicacies here are going to be completely reliant on what did someone plunder and bring back to the island to sell or to give away or like to supply, that sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, you could find like some nice candies, because those tend to keep longer than, like, you know, no one's going to be shipping like pastries across the sea, that sort of thing, right? But yeah, you could find some nice like candies and such. No issue there. And like, you could just pay like maybe a couple silver pieces to get some nice stuff if you wanted.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yep, so you make your way back over to the Drunken Mermaid in your rooms, where you can see Taj hard at work on this incriminating letter.
How's it going, Taj? Made any progress?
I think I'm about done. And I like hold my letter up and I'm like proud of my work. And I pass it to Azric to look at.
It looks like the real deal to me.
What do you think?
Looks great. I think this will get the job done.
Mind if I
And
have a look at
you-
it
Hmm?
as well? And
I think
he
that you would know.
he holds it up to like the light to see like he doesn't really know what he's looking for, but he thinks it makes him look like he knows what he's looking for. He's like, quality. Quality as expected of Artosh.
Yeah, and if you both want to like try and like actually inspect it, you could just roll like an insight.
Sure. That's a 1.
And this may be her finest work. Like, this is the shit.
I mean, really, Taj, if you give up the life of piracy and decide to open a forgery shop here on the island, on the cove, you'll be raking it in.
You really think so?
I mean, it's flawless.
Thank you. I'm pretty proud of this one, though I do not know if it will work, but we'll see. We are not trying to fool the Conservancy. We are trying to fool other drunken pirates, so
Yeah.
it is
I
fine.
especially like the way the T's were crossed. It looks very proper, you know.
This is
Yeah,
my best
Russell-
cursive.
It's like you're straight from Rossadon or something.
Oh, stop.
Ah.
Let's keep going.
Oh, we've brought some treats, and I noticed we were low on healing potions. So, Taj, I've got you a greater healing potion.
Mm, Thank you.
Aiden, here you can take one of the common healing potions,
Thanks.
and I'll share the rest with the rest of the crew later. Oh, we found out that Marlin and Fish are going to be here at the Drunken Mermaid tonight at 7. So I just happened to buy some sleeping medication.
That is perfect.
A sip should knock him out for about 10 hours. I think we could put a little bit more.
I could maybe pretend to be one of the servers or bartenders and
Oh, so about our friend Marlin, he very much looks down upon anyone lesser than him. He would probably only speak to someone of his equal or higher. Him being a deck wizard and you being a deck wizard, maybe he'd be more inclined to speaking with you.
So do not be a server and give them the drinks. Instead, maybe offer them a drink as myself.
Yeah, either way. Whatever's easier for you to slip a couple ounces of this sleeping medicine here.
And he will be with his friends.
What is this? Fish is his name. A turtle who's a cook on their ship. Whatever you think is best, either being serving the beer or being his equal.
I am
Whatever.
afraid that if it is me coming at him from an equal, he might not take it. He might not drink it. But if it is something that he ordered and I bring it to him, he might be more inclined.
Well, I have pretty deft hands. It can be pretty sneaky when it comes to swapping things out of somewhere or adding things. What if you disguise me as a servant or something, and I bring the drinks that you order for both of you,
That is not a bad idea.
and then I can just slip this potion into his?
So I go down as Tosh or some other deck wizard. What do you think?
I'll leave that to you. I think being yourself might be just fine.
I can do that. If I am myself and I come over and I just admire that he is also a deck wizard, do you think his ego would be enough, or should I say something more to him?
He's automatically gonna think he's better than you.
Hmm.
I
can already praise him for his talents and maybe call over you, our server, and have a toast to him. And that is when you slip it in the drink, when you bring it over.
I think that'd be great. He's not going to want to purchase the drinks, so if you offer, then he'll probably be more than happy to drink it.
How do we ensure that he takes the right one and I do not take the one?
I will.
You're the one to put down the drinks?
I will hold his drink in my left hand. Your drink will be in the right.
Okay. And you put it in front of him? What if he slides it over?
Hand both of them to you, or I don't know. He might not take it direct.
Ah, yes, observe.
Yeah, see how he deals with his drinks.
You need to make sure that he is out of sight before he falls asleep, so that I can change into his place. How are we going to do that?
Well, how about
Perhaps
we...
an old-fashioned seduction.
Hmm?
Lure him away.
There is a chance that he is not into me.
Fair enough.
Could we...
That's
With what we have Averick for,
Hmm?
in case it's one or the other.
The other way. Is this you?
Right, Averick? You fluffed this morning.
Of course,
Can-
always. All right. If Marlin swings the other way, I'm happy to oblige.
Good man. After all, I'm going to be the server. There's no way he's going to follow me.
Oh, maybe he's the type that likes humiliation.
The powerful ones usually do.
All right, so we'll observe, see how he behaves with the other servers, and then we make our move. I'll give
I like it.
Hayden the sleeping medicine.
Very good.
All right, remember, it's very important, not the whole thing. They might go into a coma. Unless you don't care.
Realistically, I mean, that would be a net benefit, I believe. But I will not pour the whole thing in his drink, as much as I would desire it. A quarter or a half, maybe? Quarter? Ought to be enough.
Seems, yeah, quarter sounds right.
From what the man said, it sounds rather potent, so.
Oh.
Is that the plan?
Sounds. Let's do it. And we head
Right.
downstairs.
Alrighty. I think that's a great spot to take our break for the evening. So, those of you that are watching and listening, go grab you a snack, get a beverage, go stretch your appendages, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. BRB.
Ooh.
And welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you've gotten ample snacks and or beverage. Where we last left off. Oh yeah. I had some root beer.
I scarfed down some fried rice.
Nice.
I had a black sesame steam bun.
Yum.
It was very good.
I had Beyond Nuggies before.
Ooh,
Before we
those are like
started.
surprisingly really good though.
The ones from Costco? I
Well,
did not like those.
I
Those
had
are
no,
the
Costco
they're not.
brand.
ones.
They're not from Costco.
Oh, okay.
They're the Beyond whatever Nuggies. I like them, but pretty much Nuggies for me is just an excuse to dip stuff into sauce because of sauce. Like, I don't know if you watch the show Only Murders in the Building,
Great show.
where he's like all about dips. I'm like that, but just all about sauce.
I like sauce on my sauce.
Mm-hmm.
There's an anime character who loves sauce. And they're like,
Mhm.
you're putting too much tartar sauce on your fried shrimp. And he's like, no, I'm putting my fried shrimp in tartar sauce. And then just like dunks it.
One of my favorite animes has a kind of character like that, except his thing is mayonnaise. Every dish he piles on mayonnaise.
Love mayonnaise. Love
Psychic damage. Ah.
Yeah, he just like it because they have the squeeze tube mayonnaise over there.
Koopy.
He
It's
just
fantastic.
like puts it all over everything.
Love Koopy.
Koopy's good. I could do Koopy.
We had a mayonnaise shootout when we first moved. We bought or Bum bought a bunch of different mayonnaises. Did a little blind taste test, which one was the winner. And it was funny because she like mixed them all up, and I was like, "That's Koopy, that's Miracle Whip." Like, just like knew what they were. Anyway,
Did you swish it in your mouth like it was wine? You're like,
it's like that ice cream video. Cover all 9,000 taste buds. That's 10. If y'all haven't seen that, I'm dating myself because it's old YouTube.
Love old YouTube.
Yeah, things were simpler back then.
simpler and just fun.
Mhm.
Too many layers now. There's too many layers. Can't handle it.
So, where we left off, you all were planning to ruin someone else's life again.
What
As
else
you
is
do.
new?
Yeah.
As we do.
Same story, different day.
Yeah. You've gotten your forged letter from the Conservancy to Captain Mira. And you were back in your rooms in the inn, so you know it's 7 p.m. Marlin is going to be back in the tavern. It's up to y'all if you want to fast forward to there or do anything in between.
Probably down early, get the vibe of the bar, but yeah, we can fast forward.
Yeah. And it's always hopping in here like right after like midday. Because assuming some people actually have to have some duties during the day, otherwise they just can't, be left to their own devices. Sort of a recipe for disaster for a pirate crew. But midday, this place starts to fill up, and by 6, 7 p.m, like it's jam-packed. Standing room only, elbow to elbow. Poor Silas and the rest of his staff are just getting hammered. As in busy, not drinking. I see how you could interpret that. They're in a tavern, but they're busy. They're getting slammed.
All right, we wait for our special friends to arrive.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long where you see Marlin make a grand entrance about 15 before 7. Sort of comes in wearing his finest and unfurls his cape as he walks in and sort of just awkwardly stands by the door. And after a period of time, you see Fish walk in right at 7 on the dot, and then a couple of their crew come in with them. You can assume it's their crew anyway, because they're hanging out with them. And it seems like Marlon's voice just pierces through all of like the bar noise. Fish, you're late. You owe me 2 drinks now. And Fish just sort of looks around, and you can't really get the response because it's just so loud in here.
Well, there is.
Yep, man of the hour.
Do we let them get a little drunk first, or do we approach him right away?
I think we should get him a little sauced up first. Maybe he'd be more amenable to the conversation.
And also, if people are seeing him drink a lot, it will be a little bit more believable, no?
Yes, absolutely.
So after some time, they're looking for a table, and there's no way that they're gonna find a table here. You all were down here early, so you can have a table for your group if you would like. And you see Marlon trying to force another group off of the table, somewhere across the way. You just hear him sort of yell, "Don't you know who I am? This is my table!" And the sailors there are just not having it. They're just ignoring this dude.
This might be an opportunity, Taj. You want to offer the table to share with him, and I can scurry off?
This is a good one, yes.
All right.
And I like just kind of like cross my legs and like flip my hair and just kind of like motion with 2 fingers, like
And he sort of just looks around and then sees you like looking at him, and then looks behind him, and then like looks at you like, "Who are you looking at?"
and I nod like, you fucking idiot.
And he's like, "Come along, Fish," and just like slaps like Fish on like the chest. And he comes up to you and does like this deep bow with a unfurling of his cape. "Marlon, deck wizard of the sea's vengeance. And who might you be, madam?"
I am Tosh, and I am also a deck wizard. How are you?
"Of which ship?"
Of the unfortunate, of course.
I don't think I've heard of it. But here, maybe you need some advice. Come along. And he goes, "There's room, right? Everyone, yeah." And just like everyone kind of like squeezes into the table, where like it's like, oh, there were like 3 of you, and you had like 6 chairs, but now there's like 9 people trying to get into 6 chairs, and like the people are standing at the sides, don't have a chair. Like it's that kind of situation. And Marlon's like, "Look, you must be new to being a deck wizard. Just say it with feeling. People have to listen to you. They have to listen to us. We can do pretty much whatever we want."
They already listened to me. I don't need to be loud about it.
But you can. It's not what you have to do. It's what you want to do.
And what do you want to do?
Well, I would like someone to get me some elderberry wine, but Silas says they don't have any. So I guess I'll drink whatever swill they have.
Well, let us have a toast then, no? And I just kind of like motion over at Hayden, like, come with drinks.
Okay. I assume I need to go to the bar and actually buy the drinks.
Yeah, you can go to the bar and grab some drinks, like whatever.
I figured you were like out, like not sitting at the table with us. Like I figured you were like on standby, waiting.
Yeah, so I'll go and.
Well, she can fly you over, and you can get a drink order if you'd like. Just whatever you'd like to do.
I'll come over as if you're. Yes, ma'am.
We're like a round of drinks. What is maybe the best thing that you have at this bar? Something close to, and I look at Marlon. What kind of wine did you say you wanted?
Well, I want elderberry wine, but you don't have any. What's the
Do you
best wine
have
that you have?
something with that flavor profile, maybe, or something close? Whatever you have.
Right. I will bring something as close as possible.
I want
Thank
you to tell me what the finest wine you have.
It is a red wine. Comes from. Where would that shipment come from? Osham, I believe.
I don't care.
Last-
Whatever she wants.
Right. And I will go buy them drinks.
And he sort of leans over to you, Taj. I understand Silas has to get help, but like these people don't have any idea what they're doing. Like, take some pride in your work. Train your people. It's ridiculous.
It is okay.
No, it's not okay. Not for who we are. Not for what we provide to these people. You know, if it wasn't for people like us, this place wouldn't even exist. Everyone's afraid of us because of what we can do. That's how this place stays safe. Not with cannons, not with elbow grease or sailors. It's magic. Fucking magic that does it.
What is your favorite thing about magic?
I like that it's exclusive. Not everyone can do it. Otherwise, they would. And it makes me feel good to just be better. Justifiably, objectively, more. What about you?
I like to think of magic as a dance. It is very fun to do, and I don't know, you're almost pouring your soul into it. It feels special when something is cast out of you.
Romantic view. It's quite refreshing. It's not all book study and learnedness. I mean, that is a major part of it, of course, don't get me wrong, but it's refreshing to have sort of a romantic view of magic, isn't it?
Hey,
Favorite spell?
ooh, that is a good one. You know, I really do like greater invisibility. It allows for mischief, but also sometimes you just want to blend in, literally.
Subtle. A little bit tricksy, deceptive. I don't know if you can believe this. I like to be more flamboyant with my magic. It's
You
just,
wouldn't say.
it's just, I got the stuff and I like to flaunt it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
So then, what would you say is your favorite spell?
Just so many good ones. And I know the expected answer is to say, oh, fireball. But I mean, it comes to a point where you're expected to cast fireball, right? But there's
Sometimes I
more.
don't even take it.
Exactly. I mean, it's just, there's more to it than that. One of my favorite things to do is to fly. It's not particularly extraordinary in its most basic forms. Many things can fly. But when I fly, that means that I can rain absolute magical hell from above to anyone that even thinks about trying to accost my ship.
That is pretty fun.
It's something freeing about it, being amongst the clouds, too.
You are romantic yourself, no?
Oh, I dabble. Hayden, what do you order at the bar?
several glasses of whatever is Silas's best wine that he has currently.
Alrighty. A fine bottle of wine would be 10 gold. So depending on how many people you're gonna feed with that, you know, multiply that by a few.
What was this entourage like? I don't know how many people there are.
6 total. Most of them didn't care. You could probably get away with giving them some ale or whatnot.
I'll bring the wine for Taj and Marlon, and then get everybody else ale or something.
All right, 10 gold for fine bottle of wine, 2 silver pieces for a gallon of ale. That should cover it.
Okay.
Also, thank you, Tide Pool of Dreams, for the raid and bringing your community on over here. As
Thanks,
usual.
Raiders.
Yeah,
Thank you, Raiders.
Yeah, thank you.
very much appreciate it.
And I will, while I'm acquiring the drinks, will put a quarter of that potion into one of the wine glasses.
A quarter. Fantastic.
About a quarter of the bottle.
Alrighty. You put a quarter in it and into his drink, and then you make your way back. Easy enough for you to, you know, find a tray or whatnot, but make a sleight of hand check for that little sleeping potion gesture.
Since I'm not doing it right in front of them, and I am very good at this, do I get like advantage?
Not for this one. This is more about
Okay.
if anyone sees you, not just them.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, let's see.
But to be fair, you are very good at this, so.
Math.
Mm-hmm.
How to do it. 26 total.
26. You pull up your sleeve, uncork, and pour the right amount in, cork it back up, and no one's the wiser. You bring it over to the table and start distributing the drinks. About time! I know you're busy, but I know he's hired more staff. Quicker next time, and you'll get a tip.
Very well. Thank you. Round of ales for these lot, and for you, sir, and the lady. And I hand the one in my left hand to Marlon, and the
Mhm.
normal one to Don.
Finish this
I
one
take
on
the
you
one that-
first. Go ahead.
I would say I take the one that Hayden gives me.
Mm-hmm. And he sort of grabs the other cup, and Fish just looks to you. How much do I owe you?
Don't you worry about it. It is my treat. Another deck wizard to a deck wizard and his mates. It is fine.
It is very generous of you. Very generous. And then he sort of leans over and says, be careful, they'll expect that from you from now on. Just so you know.
No. I am not always generous, but you've caught me on a good night. And I raise my glass. As like a cheers.
Mm-hmm. He raises his. What are we toasting for? What is the occasion?
Let's
the
toast to
theme?
you.
To me? Oh, I could never. To
to
me,
you?
everyone. Marlin, deck wizard of the seas vengeance. And to Taj. He pauses for a moment as like he was trying to recall what your name was. And to Taj of the... What was your ship again?
Forgot.
The Unfortunate.
Yeah, oh, the unfortunate. Sorry.
Taj of the Unfortunate. Deck wizard in her own right. And he sort of clinks the glass. And and just takes a sip of the wine. He's like, oh, almost forgot. He kind of puts it up to his mouth and stops. And he touches his glass and mutters an incantation, and then points at yours and mutters an incantation. He's cast prestidigitation on both wines, and he's chilled them. He's drinking ice wine.
Okay.
He's like, I like my little chili. I know they say it's supposed to be room temperature, but you know what? I just like it with a little ice, you know? Just goes down easier.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a sip.
You do you? And I take a sip and then say that I think I might retire for the night.
We haven't even compared notes yet. I mean, if you played your cards right, I might have let you copy a spell or two, but I mean, that's fine. Retire this evening. I shall find my own entertainment.
My goal is essentially to, like, if I'm gonna become him,
Mhm.
Taj can't just not be there anymore. So like she's gonna leave.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
being a dick.
Yeah.
He's like negative. He's like, well, I was gonna let you have some free spells, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit. And he's like, well, it was nice to meet you. Hopefully you can make a name for yourself. Enjoy your evening, and I'll enjoy the rest of this wine.
And I like brush his shoulder as I walk by, like with my fingers as I do, like across his shoulder blades, you know, and then trail off upstairs to wherever we're staying.
And he smiles. Goes, watch the cape.
And then I send message once I'm to my room to Azric to essentially like get him upstairs. Like he drank it, it's time. Like
Hayden, roll a d4 for me.
One.
Okay. He takes a sip of his drink and ends up finishing it and pours another himself. And he tries to make like small talk with, you know, the rest of his crew. And Azric, you're gone, right? You're not there.
I'm like hovering, but like
Yeah. And he just engages with small talk, boasting about what he can do and all this other stuff. It's going on for like 10-15 minutes, and then he started to get a little heavy-eyed a little bit.
has he not finished the whole glass?
Oh, he's finished it.
Okay.
So he's getting kind of heavy-eyed, starts to yawn a bit.
I go up to him. I'm like, excuse me. We have a very special room for a deck wizard like yourself.
Who are you?
I am Bazric.
What silly name. What do you do, Bazric?
Oh, I dabble in the arcane.
Are you a deck wizard?
You could say so, yes.
What ship?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm actually looking for a crew to join.
A shipless deck wizard. Unheard of. Every ship is in the port, and anyone would be lucky to have you.
Thank you. But I've heard so much about you. I wanted to raise a toast to you.
Only if you pour me more wine.
Of course. And then I go get some more wine for him, unless there's a bottle there.
There's some there. He just hadn't finished the
Yeah.
whole bottle himself.
I'll just fill the top to his glass.
Mm-hmm. What are we toasting, Bazrick?
We are toasting to our superiority.
Oh, I could toast to that. Cheers, and just takes another sip. Now, Bazrick, you let old Marlin know if there's a ship you're looking at, and he sort of just like oops, like on your nose. You let old Marlin know if there's a ship that you're interested in, and perhaps I could put in a word for you. We can't have aspiring deck wizards without ships around here. It's absurd.
Well, maybe the Silver Serpent comes to mind.
Silver Serpent? Silver Serpent. Whose ship is that?
Captain Lyra's.
Oh. I mean, it's fine, I guess. You really want to go? I mean, a fine first ship, You can build up from there, of course.
Oh, well, I mean, if you have any recommendations, I'm happy to hear them.
No. It's your choice. I will speak with her directly on the morrow. Meet me here, 10 a.m. And we shall go together, and I will demand that you be placed on her ship.
That is quite an honor. If I may be so bold, I have a very vintage wine in my abode here at the Drunken Moment. If you would like to go upstairs and I offer you a glass.
What sort of wine is it?
God, what was the wine he was looking for again?
Elderberry wine.
Elderberry wine, yes.
And the vintage?
What is considered vintage in this timeline? Like 10 years?
It's currently the year is 315 after the catastrophe. So
295.
Oh. Well, lead the way, Bazrick. It's only fair if I'm to do such a monumental favor for you.
Of course, yes, absolutely. Let us go upstairs, and I try to make eye contact with Hayden,
Mhm.
and I grab 2 glasses off the bar,
Okay.
and follow me, please.
Yes, of course. And he follows you upstairs to one of your rooms.
Oh, how foolish of me! I need to get the, what do you call it? The corkscrew to cork the wine. I'll be back. I'll be so very quick. Please, apologies.
Use magic next time. I'll wait.
All right.
And he just sort of slumps down on the bed and just kind of curls up and goes to sleep.
Oh, well then I sneak back in and tuck him in.
Needs potions, gonna work quick, brother.
And I go to, actually I take off his cape and I fold it up under my arm, and I go to Taj's room, and I'm like, "Here you are, darling."
What else was he wearing? Like, when you take off all of his clothes?
Just I mean, actually, Taj, why don't you come into the room and get what you need?
Maybe we use everything?
Oh, yes, that's probably for the best.
And I just go and just start taking his clothes off.
Okay. I mean, he's got like super fancy cape. He's got some like very fancy looking jewelry, but it's essentially like costume jewelry. Like a nice like big bangle, necklace, with like a pendant on it and some gem. He's got some very fine like leather loafers, wearing like a silk shirt, and some finely woven pants to go along with it. It's like he wore his clubbing outfit.
Okay, his going out outfit.
Yeah, it's like an ostentatious like red silk shirt with like pattern.
Gross. Why do I hate that?
Is cape? He wears a purple cape.
It looks like the night sky. Yeah, it's like black, deep purple with like little flecks on it.
Red and purple. Yeah.
I put on his clothes and like use my ability to become him.
Yeah. And you just leave him hang like 99 on the bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes Mimi's. We tucked him in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at Azric and I'm like, come with me. We will talk about the wine and I will thank you and we will sit back down at the table.
Oh, yes, of course.
And I like make sure I have the letter and the flag with me, like the flag piece as well. Like I put it in my like, I don't know, pocket or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you head back down, and they're still at the table. There's a few of the other members of their crew just kind of sitting there and drinking the free ale that they got, just kind of keeping to themselves.
I do have to say that wine was average. I've had better vintage.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Marlin. I was hoping it was to your satisfaction, but still, I'm very appreciative of you giving me a recommendation to join a ship.
Well, it is the least that you could do. So, you know, and I like kind of like slump over onto the turtle a little bit, to like signify that we drank a significant amount more upstairs. Ish. Did I ever tell you that I just don't think what was her name? Mira? Mira is who she says she is?
What do you mean, Marlin?
What? I've not told you? And I like, now I'm like saying it like pretty loud, like Mira of the Sea's Vengeance. I found this letter from the Conservancy. And I like put it out on the table.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, she's been working with them and telling them stories this whole time of other ships and other crews. She even got one shipment seized.
And Fish sort of puts their hand on this letter. I'm not sure what you're playing at here, Marlin, but this is not funny anymore.
Have I ever been one to be funny? It's me, Marlin, the deck wizard of the Sea Vengeance.
I've actually heard rumors. There's rumors going around that she was in fact working for them, and she's the reason why Captain Orion is gone.
And I like lean in onto the table, and I would be like, and you would be correct. And I like boop him on the nose.
I don't think that Celine is going to like this very much, and I think that we should talk to her instead of yelling in the tavern.
Heck, I don't think anyone's gonna like this. This is basically a crime against us, deck wizards. Doesn't she know how powerful I am? I could ruin her.
And then one of the dwarven crew members sort of looks, who's got like a super long, like braided red beard, looks like a deckhand of some sort. So he goes, "Let me see that letter. Let me see it."
And I like kind of like slide it over.
And he looks it over.
Oh, and I saw this too. And I like pull out the piece of the flag as well.
Mm-hmm. He looks at the flag. I'm not sure what this is, but you can tell. Look at the squiggles. Look at the squiggles. He starts like tapping onto the letter. It's got to be real.
Yes.
Look at the squiggles.
Look at it. Yes, it's authentic. What does this mean? He's betrayed us.
And Fish looks at it. We need to talk to the quartermaster.
We should be talking to everybody about this. They're trying to run for office and they're working with the Conservancy. Who knows what could happen with this? This is bad.
And then this kind of like a record scratch moment in the bar, and those that are playing the music kind of stop, and everyone's sort of turning to look.
And I just like don't stop, and I'm just like, Mira has been working with the Conservancy, and people need to know.
First off, take an inspiration for your marvelous Marlin interpretation. Secondly, I would like for you to make a persuasion roll, or in this case, it would be deception, since you were lying.
Can I use that inspiration?
I mean, yeah, go for it. Cash it in.
Mathing. 23.
And everyone starts to take notice of this sort of letter. And so far, it is probably about a 60-40 split of people in the bar looking this over. It's your best guess of 60% thinking that, oh, this is the real deal. She needs to hang for this, and 40% are saying no, it can't be real. There's no way. She's the best of us. She wouldn't do this. And things are kind of getting out of hand between the people that are convinced and then those that are not convinced. And they start arguing back and forth. How long do you spend amongst, because this is a full tavern, how long do you spend taking the time of like showing everyone the letter, trying to convince people?
I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. Like, I don't want to ham it up too much because then it's like, what the hell's going on? Like very much like a drunken talking kind of thing.
There's easily like maximum capacity here, like 200 people pouring in and out of this tavern. So you've take your 5 to 10 minutes and kind of ham it up and go along with that. And people are getting kind of riled up, and someone yells, "We should tell the Congress!" And they're like, "Yeah! We should tell the Speaker Course there! Ah!" And then everyone starts to get rowdy, And after some time, you see some more people pouring in and sort of coming in to see what's going on, and word's spreading like wildfire for this. And you see Fish is like standing on their chair and like waving to someone to like come over. And across the bar there is a water genasi woman, sort of sea green skin, aqua colored hair, as she kind of makes her way through and is like coming over to your table. And he just says, Celine, hurry.
I throw up. Like on the table and like just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We should get you Marlin to clean up. Let's.
It's on my cloak.
Let's go upstairs and get you taken care of.
No one can see me like this.
All right, quickly. We'll be right back.
I'm Marlin, the deck wizard of the sea's vengeance, and no one can avert your eyes. Don't look.
Don't look at me. What do you do with the letter and the piece of the flag?
I throw up on it.
You throw up on it? Okay.
Yeah, like I just don't know why I would take it, or should I take it?
I'm just asking where it is.
Do I take it? I guess group. Do I take it? Don't take it. Keep it. Throw it up on.
And
right.
So you throw up and get whisked away by Bazric. Hayden, where are you during all this?
Hayden's probably just been kind of hanging around in sort of the outer edges of the room, just trying to see what everyone's reactions are, gauging everyone who, and just keeping an eye on things, but he's definitely trying to be unnoticeable.
So Taj and Azric are upstairs and kind of disappear into the crowd. Hayden, you kind of observing, you see this turtle talking to the water genasi and picks up the sort of paper and like gets the nasty, tries to get the nasty off of it and is like pointing at it. If you'd like, you can make a perception roll to hear what this conversation is.
I'd like to try and eavesdrop. Perception 23.
All right. And you hear Fish saying, Marlin said that he found this and it proves that Mira's working for the Conservancy? And then she leans forward. What is this? Why would he not come to me? Why spat it off in the middle of a bar with strangers? If this is true, we could have done something about this. Now everyone knows. She's absolutely, this isn't true, right, Fish? Well, I mean, there's the letter. And she's looking, there's no way, this is categorically false. But now we're fucked. What do you mean? Well, now if we side with Mira, and if, we're on the wrong side of this argument, then that's it for us. Oh. So what do we do? And she sort of gauges the room. I don't know, Fish. But it's out now.
I feel bad.
She takes the letter and takes the flag. I was never here. And she takes it and pockets it and goes to leave. And everyone's arguing amongst themselves about Captain Mira, and it's getting kind of heated. And after some time, someone's like, "It was right here. It's where is it?" And everyone's like, "What do you mean, where is it? I just saw it." And then like they start arguing about someone taking the letter. We have to take it to the Congress, and like things get wild, and then it starts to turn into like people arguing in like an open forum to like bearing on the point of fisticuffs.
But this Celine, what's she look like again?
She is a water genasi.
Hayden's gonna kind of like, as people are arguing and saying, you know, I saw something, and just kind of in a few ears be like, yeah, look, the one who took it, I don't know, she looked like a genasi woman with a little turtle. I didn't see which direction they went, but they definitely took it. Just kind of get people potentially keeping an eye out for them too.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Not that great.
What is it?
9.
A 9.
My rolls have been like really good or really low.
And he's like, "Totally. Well, I don't know who those people are." And someone's like, "Well, they took it. Well, yes, they took it." And then sort of a vocal minority starts yelling, "Well, we gotta find them. They took it. That's evidence." And probably like 15 and 20 people, they like grab bottles and crash them to make implements. They start pulling legs off of chairs. Someone grabs a torch off the wall, and there's basically like a mob forming to go find the people who took this letter. And they start marching outside.
That wasn't on my bingo card. Hayden starts the mob. Oh man.
So you all are back upstairs, assumingly back to normal. What's your plan with Oh, go ahead.
I want to knock on Azric and Taj's door, like kind of with an urgent knock. It's Hayden. Hayden.
I open the door and let Hayden in.
So, their crew, some genasi woman, pocketed Taj's work, and now there's an angry mob in the streets trying to find them. So, is that job well done, everybody?
I think that's good as it can be. But we've made the people turn against her. So I say we have succeeded, and we should probably take care of the real Marlin.
We just put his clothes back near him and head to our ship. Maybe this place seems...
we're going to redress him. And then Taj said she can magically vortex him outside.
Okay. I still think we probably shouldn't be here.
I agree. We should return to the ship.
So, as soon as she can get that done.
All right. Well, help me redress this poor little man.
Now, I'll hand you his things, but I'm not dressing him.
It's faster if we do it. It's faster if we do it together, Hayden. So
Does he
just
need
help me
his...
put his knickers on, and he's not naked.
Well, people tend to throw off their garments when they black out drunk, don't they? Or is that...
You guys are a bunch of babies. And I just like do it myself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
His shoes ruined from being thrown up
People
on.
tend to lose their clothes when they black out.
And then I would like to keep his cape.
Okay.
because he's so fancied with it, and I'm like, fuck you, dude.
I guess
Um,
I'll use my eyes real quick to detect if it's magical or not.
No, it's not magic in the slightest. It's just a nice cape that he probably had personally made.
Oh no, I feel bad. Okay, fine. I put it back on him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know. It was like personal. I don't know. And then I use a subtle spell to vortex warp him, like outside the
Mhm.
window, like on the ground in the alley. Like he's doing his own thing. He's not with us.
As you're going through his things and like redressing him, he has that costume jewelry, maybe worth a couple gold pieces. He's got about 100 gold in a coin purse that he's carrying around with him. If you want to swipe that, up to you if you do or not. The necklace he was wearing, while it's not like real silver, the gem in it is real, so it's worth about 50 gold pieces if you want to swipe that from him. And he also has his spell book. Up to you if you want to take that or not.
How do wizard spells work? Could I like look at it, copy a couple things down, and then give it back to him, or is it like an overnight kind of thing?
It depends on the level of the spell. It depends on the school of the spell, because you can copy certain schools faster based on what your wizard subclass is. But it's not a do it real quick type scenario. It costs money and time.
Dang.
So
Just take it. I would say take it.
I mean, his life is ruined anyways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I doubt he'll be working on another ship if he even gets to leave this island.
Okay, I will do it.
Better in your hands.
I'll take his spellbook then.
all right, he has it in like it's like a leather like harness. It's like a book in a holster underneath his arm.
Do spellbooks have like tracking or some shit on them? Like, would he know someone has it or?
Hard to tell. I mean, there are spells that help you track objects and such. At this point in time, you might need to take a second to see like if that's even possible, but you have to flip through this thing. So it's not a right now thing, but you can find out later.
Well, how about you look to see if there's any spells you don't have in your spell book to see if it's worth taking.
This is not a bad idea.
Oh, there are.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's totally different kind of wizard than what you are. So lots of spells from different schools that maybe you weren't initially taken in your studies.
I say we just take it and then get out of here.
Once I copy the spells, then we can ditch the book.
Yes.
Alrighty. With cloak intact, shoes ruined from throw up, and spellbook gone, you leave poor Marlin vortex warped outside somewhere in the streets as the mob forms to find his crew, and the people are sort of rioting inside the bar about what is being said about Captain Mira. And I think with that, with your plan very much in motion to discredit Captain Mira, I think that you have very much succeeded in that regard. To the extent you will have to find out once the vote happens, but you feel pretty good about your chances. So, amongst all this, you all can easily slip away from the impending carnage
Yes.
That's where we will end our episode tonight. Which, after all that's left, is the Captain's Congress. So, congratulations, you have completed all 5 tasks that Captain Blackbeak has set before you, meaning that your debt to Blackbeak is decreased by 5,000 gold pieces. So instead of
Ooh.
25, you just owe a cool 20.
Like this last one should have been worth more.
The
You think
last
so?
2, to be honest.
Man,
I think we overperformed.
we have a lot to talk about and out of combat tonight.
We're so bad.
But yeah, thanks everyone for watching and hanging out with us. Hopefully you're enjoying the story and the wonderful performances from our cast. But I will say, if you are on Twitch right now, you can go and vote for who the MVP was, and the MVP will be getting an inspiration for next session that they can use. So make sure to cast your votes right now while we're talking about the end of this episode, and make sure to cast that vote so they can get the inspiration, because they'll probably need it at some point. You always do, right? I mean,
Just give it to Mac. She's so good.
Oh, guys, thanks.
but yeah,
come on, she got one already. I'm just kidding.
if you haven't, make sure to go subscribe to us over on YouTube, youtube.com/@casters and cantrips. And as always, you can come hang out with us in our Discord, discord.gg/casters and cantrips. Tell us what your favorite emo band is over in our music section. Go post your
Please
favorite
do.
song.
Mhm.
If you were here for the earlier conversation today. And then there's always our Patreon for early access to all of our podcasts. But you can always find them at later dates wherever podcasts are sold. But Taj, please take the MVP of the episode.
Oh, thank you, guys.
And thank you everyone for watching this evening. And we will be back next week. And do y'all know what you're talking about on Tome of Knowledge on Monday?
Man, did we cover everything?
Have we looked at all the fully fleshed out things that we saw summaries of
haven't.
earlier?
I don't think we touched cleric actually. Maybe.
There's cleric. I don't think we. I don't. Did we check out fully fleshed out like ranger or monk or?
We didn't do the full ranger. You want to get angry?
Yeah, go check them out Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and then here in just a few short weeks, you should be getting early access to the DMG as well. So for all you dungeon
Ooh.
masters out there who want the scoop on some of that, that will be available for us as well to talk about soon. So with that, thanks everyone for watching this evening. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, nerds.
Bye.